We got some doozies for you. We're going to continue. I will say October 16th. If this date passes, October 16th is day 289, and the 289th prime number is 1879, which is 187 fused with 79, and 187 is 11 times 17. Is 187, and 187th prime number is 1117. So, yeah, and its mirror is St. Patrick's Day, if not mistaken. Yeah. Um, 289 minus 365. St. Patrick's Day is day 76 of the year.
St. Patrick's Day falls on the 76th day of the
Yeah.
year.
So, yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big, 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 big deal. And that'll be something we'll get into later. I want to get into this right now. And you're not going to believe about the dollar bill. I mean, my goodness, November 25th, 1935. To our event day of 825. Remember, Trump's number times this year begins with 331 because his number is 163462. How do you get his number? 6 times 14 times 1946. And just so happens that on this year, it happens to have 11.7 in it, representing Revelation 11.7 rising. It's 331178 604, I think, or 78060. Yeah. Well, let's just look at it. 163464 times 2026. Yeah. So that's a very big deal. And yes, that's a very big deal. And we see it's 331 and then his birthday. It's 33146. So that's 14/6. Well, that's how most countries write his birthday of June 14th. They write it 14th June, 14th of June, so to speak. 79 is in the hours. 79 begins the hours. Guess what it'll be on Rising Day? You guessed it. 33, 148. 148 is Donald J. Trump and Simple Gematria. If you want to include both dates, go right ahead. 33, 149. 149 is Antichrist and reverse ordinal gematria. Or one of the four base ciphers. I'm pretty sure it's reverse ordinal. So, right? That's a mighty big deal. All right, let's go with Iron Man 371746 because that's what he is. He's Iron Man. That's what the whole Iron Man songs, movies are all about. It's the iron mixing with clay, which is the mark of the beast. Through the technology, they will travel through the air and enter. Just like Reagan was entered by playing with the Ouija board. Satan is the prince of the power of the air. They are now, remember, G500 is Antichrist. Reverse that, and you have the name of our technology. G5, forget the zeros. G500 is Antichrist. G5, reverse G5. What do you get? The name of the technology. So it is through the technology, through the air, that once you worship the image of the beast, you'll just be entered. The mark of the beast is nothing more than total human body possession. So you get into Iron Man, and if I'm not mistaken, it's 79 murder is right there in the UR. I mean, right there in the rating. April 14th, May 2nd. April 14th, if you include both dates, send it to Rising Day, 6710. 710, 710 is Eve in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria. 67 is moving that final kingdom of the sixth king of Mystery Babylon era over to the seventh, which is the Antichrist. Like we've told you many times before, you're watching this on a smart TV, so you can see the fine print. You're watching this on our playlist. This is part 27. Excuse me, part 27. The other Iron Man, it is, I'll be doggone. When you run it to the event day, it's 66.89, which is 66, 68, and 89. Remember, 589 and 1189. That's in both of his names in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, either as Donald Trump or Donald J. Trump. So it's kind of got everything. It's got the 66 fused with the 68, 66 floor, up to the 68th floor are the penthouse floors of Trump Tower, representing Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible, and 68 is his name in reverse reduction, and Antichrist is 68 in reverse reduction. It's a complete match, just like 49 is with reduction gematria. And we're going to move over. The first ever talkie was 86. October was once a 6 month, so October 6th, so it's 86. The first talking picture was called The Jazz Singer. Notice the length 128, because this is all about the mirror date of 128. And 89 minutes, 96 minutes. October 6, 1927. When you run it to our rising date of 8/27 and include both dates, it's 36/121. 121 is Antichrist and Simple Gematria. 1186 in the months, followed by 22 days. 22nd prime number 79, which is Murder and Simple Gematria. 866 begins the hours. We do call that a direct smash hit. Bullet Train, Brad Pitt, July 18th at 7:18, same time The Dark Knight came out, and August 5th. By the way, 5858 was the million on something we were looking at, and I forgot to bring that up. That's our May 8th date. Bullet Train has the 68 up there in the URL. Bullet Train, 718. It's 149. So you have the 149, which is Antichrist. You have the 49, which is Antichrist, depending on which base cipher on event day. If you include both dates on event day, it's 1,500. 500 is Antichrist and Strong's Concordance. That's what the Daytona 500, why I rode the beast around the Daytona 500, and all that good fun stuff. 216 begins the minutes, and there's no other numbers, just zeros. 6 times 6 times 6. Looks like the other Bullet Train, August 5th, is 148. 1481 days. 148 is Donald J. Trump in Simple Gematria. We'll get to the film Westworld later. We did get our dollar bill. That was a big cipher right there. And I'm going to have to put that in my spreadsheet. I'm going to do it now so I don't forget. Hang on. Let's continue on with Miami Vice. 4303 fused with 357. 430357 in the URL. Talking about the film. Its running time, 133 minutes. A Michael Mann movie, July 20th, July 28th. July 20th always represents rising. When we run it to the rising day, it's 20 years, 1 month, 7 days for Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 7. 149 Antichrist is perfect in the weeks. 1049, drop the 0 like they do, or like we're allowed to do. The other release date is 7,333 on event day. Pretty much absolute perfection on that. It looks like we're getting into Ghostbusters here. 87332. June 8th, 1984, 5th-year anniversary of my graduation from high school. It's Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 7 on event day. 42 years, 2 months, 17 days. 2202 weeks, so 222 is coded. And I think that's all we can squeeze out of that. Ghostbusters. Raiders of the Lost Ark, June 12th, 1981. It's got the 38 over here. It's got the 84. When you look at Raiders, it is 16,510, 2358. Nothing really jumped off the page. I think I kept this more for personal ciphers, just for me to look at. Hang on, this is something I was looking at also. Next, I want to get into, what was that date? 2/18/2006. I don't know. I messed up. Pete Maravich, though, is this nickname Pistol. So he's somebody we probably need to look at, right? June 22nd, 1947. June 22nd. Did I not bring it up? Or did I just get rid of it? A boo-boo? So Pete Maravich, to our event day, he is the 289, which is 289. Remember the Mustang 289? That's the engine representing the four horses, and that's why Christian Bale did Ford versus Ferrari. And 79 years old, rest in peace. But so, these people are on the world stage, and they're always documented, future tense moving forward. And Christian Bale doing Ford versus Ferrari, he talked about the Mustang. He was looking at the Mustang car. He called it a secretary's car. My mom was a secretary and owned a Mustang 289. So there you go. Trolled since birth. I love to tell people because we're the only ones telling the truth in the end times prophecies, books of Daniel and Revelation, and the truth in this word. No free will. Faith is what the Holy Spirit does to the sheep. That is also what grace is. Grace means favor. Hell is not eternal torment for humans, only for the fallen angels. Goat humans are raised, judged. Flame comes down and devours them. Then their dead bodies are judged, and their dead bodies are thrown into the lake of fire. That's all Revelation 20. We do tremendous studies on that. And we're the only one that knows all that and understands what's going on in that land over there in what is known as the Middle East. What was called Holy Land is now Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified, it says in Revelation 11:8. Until it's cleansed, does it become Holy Land again? And that is during the wrath of God, after the abomination of desolation, when that cleansing takes place. So Pistol Pete Maravich is 289, and that does run through our potential October 16th date also. He's 289 in that span also. When I looked at today over to the October 16th potential date, it is Revelation 13, 3 days, which, remember, I showed you that's what my name comes to. This is Trey Stokes Daily Bible Studies or Trey Stokes Archives. And when you look at, there I am, Trey Stokes. If you're watching this on Trey Stokes Daily Bible Study YouTube or Trey Stokes Archives YouTube, you see that as a spelling of my name, and there is that Revelation 13:3 right there. Pretty fascinating, in my opinion. So Pistol Pete Maravich. So I think I was looking, and there's our Mustang inception dates, April 17th and March 9th. either when it was produced or when it was first shown to the world. It's got two different dates. And as you look at its when it was first shown to the world, 22777 on Rising Day of August 27th. That's a pretty big deal. And then it talks about its first production March 9th. And it's 22816. And the fact that it's 22817, if you include both dates, is pretty fascinating to me. As a personal cipher, I gotta say. I'm gonna get to that later. Ford versus Ferrari, August 30th, November 15th. August 30th. It's a palindrome, 2552. Perfect. August 15th. If you include both dates, it's 353 in the week, another palindrome, but it's 6 years, 9 months, 11 days. 9/11 is coded when you include both dates to our event day. It's potential. Now, if we look at these dates and run it to the two production dates, and in the movie, it was when it was displayed, and it was displayed at the World's Fair. I believe we were saying March 17th, right? Yeah, April 17th, I mean. So when we run April 17th to Ford versus Ferrari, it's a perfect 20,300 days even. 666 months. The 203 represents February 3rd, which represents rising per the movie Groundhog Day. Remember that movie began on February 1st, and then he was living in February 2nd until he started moving forward or rising on the third day, February 3rd. The other date is March 9th. It's 20339, 5586, 66, 8 months, 6 days. 488 begins the hour. It's slammed either way. And then we look at the other date of 830. And all right. $830. Let's do it like this. 830. That's the year 2026 right there. 2026 too. 289 weeks. Perfect. They're telling you now it could be the 289th day in 2026, which we just talked about that. It says 486, 288 in the hours. That's a gigantic big deal for what we were talking about as far as potentially looking at that April 16th. I mean, looking at that October 16th date. So that's 39. And now let's run the 417. Hang on just a quick second. Yeah, you don't get quite the same kind of juice. It's 2889. It's the year 2022. Theoretically, over to 2023. Big years in their years, but I like all this. I don't hate any of this. And yeah, duly noted. What else do we have? We've got Ghostbusters, Ford versus Ferrari. We've done that. We're over here doing this one. Or we have not done this one yet. Let's go. So UFC 311 we haven't done. 311 is kind of a big deal, isn't it? There's your May 8th baked into the days. 584, it'll be 586 on Rising Day. If you include both dates, 587. And remember, Israel's captivity began in the years 586 and 587 BC. I'm telling you, we call those direct smash hits. UFC 313 for the Zapruder film. It's a palindrome of 535, 537 on Rising. We don't hate that at all either. UFC 113 was on May 8th, 2010. That's hard to beat also, isn't it? May 8th, 2010 over to our mirror date of May 8th, which is 8/25, and it's 5953. 16317 in the days. 85 weeks, 3 days. Nothing really popped on that. UFC 11-7 representing Rising on August 7th. And there's your 586 again. 586-2, 586-4 on Rising Day. Big deals. Man of Steel, again, Iron Man. It's all the same stuff. Total human body possession, 770828 in the URL. I guess I should hit that one more time. Man of Steel, IMDb. Because I should also look at the 7.1, 747. Okay. So Man of Steel over to our 825 date is 4,825 days. Oh, what are the chances of that? That's if you include both dates. 13 years, 2 months, 16 days, 216 is coded. 158 of the months, May 8th is coded. 1158 hours, May 8th is coded. 689 weeks, 68 and 89 are coded. If you've been following along. When you run it to the Rising Day, what's the difference? 4,827 to our 827 date. Uh, 1322 is in the percent of a common year. These are big deals. 6/14, 2013. Why am I looking that up? That was Man of Steel. Oh, that was the Man of Steel date. Man of Steel came out on his birthday, 6/14, 2013. Are you kidding me? 688 in the weeks on Rising Day. Yeah, I forgot that I had one more of these. It's 4822. 48 is his name, don't forget. Yeah, it's packed, it's chock full, it's loaded. Personal cipher lookup. Personal cipher lookup. So Christopher Nolan's Memento is the 11/3 representing Rising. September 5th, March 16th. Memento has the 209 and the 144,000 all up in it. Memento September 5th and 2000. September 5th and 2000. I mean, September 5th and March 16th. Here we go. 9658 on our 58 mirror day. So that's perfect. 1379 weeks, 79 is murder, 79 is in the hours. So 9658, 9660, which again, that all goes to perfection. When you run it on Rising Day, it's 96, which represents rising. I've explained that. 66, book of the Bible, Revelation, and it's a perfect 1380 weeks. 138 is his name in the simple gematria, Donald Trump, 138. The other release date has the 85, which is how most countries write May 8th. If you include both dates, it just simply jumps to 86, him being 86th on 86th day. 311 is in the months. When you run it to Rising Day, it then moves to 9,488. 48 is his name, 88 is his name. Absolute perfection. Atomic Blonde, who's the Atomic Blonde? He is. And notice he's blonde. There's a 67. And who knows what the deal is with Charlize Theron, the Atomic Blonde. Remember, he's the Atomic Kid, which was on the movie marquee and Back to the Future. So Atomic Blonde, 3453 on event day, 3455. 113 months, 13 days. So you have 113 fused with the Zapruder film 313 because it's one. In the months and the days, it's 11313. That is Death and Rising heavily coded. The other Atomic Blonde date, 3315. You include both dates, 3316 for John 3:16, 317 on Rising, or 318. 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6. 79 is in the hours. Not nearly as strong as the other date, though, of course. Anyway, that's it. Love you guys.